why didn't they either put Charlotte and Becky on last or just end the show after their match? And they got so much better feedback.
This completely killed my interest for everything else on the show that they started with this. What about you?
Yes. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know everything else. It was going to be downhill from there, but I should have predicted. This was, from top to bottom, again, exactly what it should have been. They did the history package of their rivalry. Both girls come off not only looking like stars, but two of the best promos of the female category, and they were serious about it. And Becky said she's going to beat the ever-loving piss out of Charlotte. I did notice at the top of the program, why are both sides of Michael Cole's head shaved, but he still has long hair on the top of his head?
Because he's a moron?
Is he trying to make his head look less fat?
Maybe it's that.
Anyway, next 2 more inches, it's a mohawk, Michael. What are you fucking doing? Anyway, so they started in right at the bell, Becky and Charlotte. Boom, the big fight. And Becky was, of course, the big-time babyface in this to the people. That might not necessarily be the way they've tried to present her, but they were pulling hair and playing rough. They were not having an MMA shoot, and they were not doing ridiculous cooperative high spots. They were working a rough and uncooperative fight and struggling to get shit. And that's exactly what they should have done, because the buildup of this thing and how people know they're off of each other and they're not friends anymore. They've had the issues, but they couldn't go out and try to go for arm bars or like a shoot, because that's not what they do, and it would have looked ridiculous. But it was 2 girls having an uncooperative fucking struggle to get shit, which is kind of what we said last week on one of the shows, is what a lot of stuff in the old days used to look like when you were in with somebody you didn't necessarily like, but you respected them professionally. You weren't going to take unprovoked cheap shots while the guy had opened himself up to you, but you were going to make him struggle to get shit because you wanted to look good too. That's kind of the flavor of this. I love that Becky pushed Charlotte off the top to the floor when she was going for her moonsault, and she goes instead face first into the barricade. But then Charlotte immediately, as Becky is coming, immediately drops Becky on the barricade after she just took that big bump. They just, it was a little rushed, but they crawled into the ring with the mean faces and started slapping the piss out of each other. And Charlotte did that modified gotch lift on Becky and got a 2 count. And they traded some taters. If all girls matches were like this, I would watch them, because they weren't just running through pre-arranged choreographed spots here. They were working. Becky was going for her arm bar at first, and Charlotte was trying to stop her. And then later on, Charlotte would go for the leg, for the figure 4, whatever. But it was a fight. I enjoyed it to the point where I wasn't just sitting here, making notes. Then finally, Becky got the figure 4 on Charlotte, but Charlotte reversed it, and the fans were into it. At least I heard them, but it seemed like they were liking this as well when you would see the fans. Charlotte finally did the moonsault off the top and mostly missed, unfortunately, but we could have bought it that she got her with the elbow because they went down in a heap, but she doesn't have to do that one every single time. But finally, they traded the chops. Boom, boom, boom. And then suddenly Charlotte gets the roll up and hold the rope, but the referee catches it. And as he's admonishing her, then Becky rolls through on the roll up and holds the ropes, and the referee counts 3. Out of nowhere, after that great of a match, is a little flat on that one, but the match was almost 20 minutes and it flew by. I didn't get tired of it, which I can barely say about almost any matches from any company anymore. But I thought the finish was a little but Becky was going to win. They had to have Becky win. So it's, I'm not going to harp on it, but it's been done many times, many ways. Merry Christmas to you. What'd you think?
You said the match was flying by. Leaves are right now flying by the window of the office here in Last Manor as the gardener appears to have picked. Now is the moment he's going to get all the leaves off the property. Thanks, gardener.
Hey, Ollie, what's the weather forecast?
Oh, boy, this is loud. Well, I apologize that it sounds like I'm in Vietnam right now, ladies and gentlemen. I thought the match was good. You know, starting the show off with it. Boy, it's fucking loud. Starting the show off with it. I don't know if I should be yelling or that. I can't hear anything. Starting the show off with this.
I'm Robin Leach on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. I'm screaming, and I don't know why.
It was a blessing and a curse because nothing else on the show could live up to this. And also, I don't know, because they started with it right away, it kind of killed any anticipation day of for it. And he's right outside the window, so I will turn it back to you and I'll reserve thought for later.
But yes, why don't you reserve your thoughts? I got it so quiet now. I feel like E.F. Hutton just spoke. That's once you saw this, because the other stuff, people were ready for this. There was a personal issue. Imagine that. Personal issues draw money. And the people were ready for this. And once they saw it, was there a personal issue in the men's 5 versus 5 elimination? Was there a personal issue in the female? Well, there were some, but who gives a shit? Because there's 10 people out there. The Usos, Orton and Riddle, come on. They underestimated, I think, the interest, not only that people would have in this match, but also the quality of the match and the other stuff having to follow it. And now they're going close to 4 hours with 6 matches. The break in between each match where they'll show you commercials and packages and every other kind, and egg hunts. And then the entrances, when one match is over with, it's sometimes 15 minutes or more before another one starts. And it's a slog to get through.
Do you think this is what the match should have been, though? I mean, obviously they have to work together, so you have to work together, but should it have been anything more intense? Is there anything it was missing?
No, because they couldn't go out and have a shoot. Like, to work a shoot like 2 guys, especially. Well, and a lot of guys can't work a shoot these days, but amongst somebody with a vaulter, or somebody like a Kurt Angle with those skills, or somebody with a high-level MMA background that can translate it to wrestling, not like Junior Dos Santos trying to pull punches and he couldn't hurt Aunt Lola. They might have gone for a shorter, more intense worked shoot, but this is not, and everybody knows it's neither Charlotte's nor Becky's background. I'm not saying they're neither one athletes, and Charlotte was a high-level, I guess, volleyball player and et cetera, but they don't have 15 years of Gracie jiu-jitsu in their background. So the people were waiting to see a testy, contested, worked match. Is it going to break loose like Charlotte and Nia Jax did, where they just start slapping each other? There were stiff shots taken. I think they did what they could do with it. And they took some liberties with each other, probably agreed to beforehand, because each one of them probably wanted to be able to do the same thing. So we'll work like that.
Well, Jim, if I may say something from here in Beirut, I just want to say...
Are you coming in now? I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I just want to say...
You have to report on the aircraft carrier.
I just want to say that perhaps Charlotte, Flair, and Becky can remember the good times with a fine oil painting.
Well, that would be perfect if they could do that, and they could caption it in happier times. And I know exactly where they could get one. Our friends at Paint Your Life, folks, our fine friends at paintyourlife.com, and a team of world-class artists that work with them can take any photograph or combination of photographs and make a truly unique and personal gift for the holidays for that special person in your life this season. You can bring generations of your family together, even if they were never in the same place at the same time. You can have a cherished pet painted, or a beloved vacation spot, or any type of thing. If you've got a photograph they can transfer it into a fine quality oil painting from a team of world-class artists. If your grandmother always wished that your grandfather could have been around to have a picture together with all the grandkids, now they can do that at Paint Your Life. All you got to do is go to paintyourlife.com, choose from a team of world-class artists, work with them on the details, order a custom-made, hand-painted portrait, and get that portrait in about 3 weeks. It's meaningful, personal. It can be cherished forever and loved and hugged and squeezed and called George. It makes the perfect holiday gift for somebody you love, or if you love yourself, you can get one of these for yourself also. Hey, self-love, we're all in favor of it. If you love yourself up to 5 times a day, you can still have a fine quality painting from Paint Your Life. And right now, at paintyourlife.com, there is no risk, because if you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. And right now, as a limited time going into the holidays, the big offer, get 20% off your painting and free shipping. 20% off your painting and free shipping. All you got to do to get the special offer, text the word DRIVE, D-R-I-V-E, to 64,000. That's DRIVE to 64,000 for 20% off and free shipping. This incredible holiday gift for some loved one, or even actually if you want to have a painting yourself, giving somebody the finger and send it to somebody you don't like, I bet they do that too. Text DRIVE to 64,000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
That's right. And I'm here, of course. You can hear in the background the Enola Gay rolling down the tarmac, captained by Colonel Paul Tibbets. Well, what else was on Survivor Series?
Since you're getting ready to transport this bomb, I'll finish dropping it for you.